My wife and I, we voted for Hillary, and that didn't work out. I don't know if you guys got the news. That did not. That pony did not place. We tried. We tried. Everyone in my neighborhood is sad, and they're hoping he fails. I'm not. I'm rooting for him because I live here. That's my reason for rooting for him. I hope he doesn't do all the crazy stuff he said, but I'm rooting for him because it's weird to root against the president of the country you live in. That's like rooting against your parents. And then coming home and being surprised the fridge is empty. That's like, yeah, you booed Mom and Dad enough, and now there's no Sunny D. How do you feel about it? I'll be honest, I'm still nervous. I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. Because historically, nothing good has ever happened when the rednecks are happy. I'm not saying that can't change in the next 4 years, but in our history, that's never been the case. In our history, anytime there's a bunch of people going, woohoo! That's followed by centuries of the rest of us going, we are so sorry. Those people were out of line. I apologize. They are no longer in charge. We're so divided. I can feel it this year. Everyone just picked a side and went, ugh. Doesn't matter who you voted for, we all just look at each other like, there's one of them. Look at his stupid face. His stupid face, yeah. It's so weird. I blame the internet. I blame Facebook, social media. I don't think we're all supposed to know each other. I don't think we're all supposed to be connected. I don't think that was ever the plan. Because it ruined things. You can't have acquaintances anymore. Remember acquaintances? They're people you kind of knew. And that was it. His name's Rich. He works at the hardware store. We talk about sports. And that is all you knew about Rich. And it was fine. And that's all you needed to know about Rich. But no more. Now you got to be friends with Rich on Facebook. And you're like, oh, my God. Rich is in the Ku Klux Klan. I had no idea. I thought he just loved the Chargers. But no, there's more. And he's a high-ranking member. He's wearing a purple robe. He's not a foot soldier. He's doing their bookkeeping. This was unexpected. So weird. I did some adult things this year. I did do that. I fixed a toilet at my house, which I'm really proud of. Thank you. Yeah, most people are like, who cares? Well, you don't know enough about me, all right? I grew up without a dad, and I've rented my entire life, okay? You don't fix things when you rent. Let me tell you homeowners about that. You don't fix things when you rent. You work around them until the lease is up, and then you go rent a new place with a working whatever that is. That's how it works. But my wife she didn't grow up that way. So I came home from the road, and she's like, the toilet's hissing. And I'm like, okay, well, we got 3 more months. And then we'll find a place without a hissing toilet. And she goes, you gotta go fix it. And well, why me? That's sexist. Why do I have to go? Neither of us know how to use that Stanley tool set your mom bought us for Christmas. Like, why do I have to go? That's not fair. But she's like, you got it. So I went in there. And by the way, it wasn't a bowl issue. Any idiot with forearms can fix a bowl issue. I was working in the tank, all right? That's the motherboard of the toilet. People make a living off of working in the tank, all right? They go to community college for a couple years to learn how to work in the tank. That's just not anybody off the street messing around in the tank in there. I don't know if you flipped a tank open recently. How archaic is that business in there? Has that ever been updated? They just made one invention on the toilet tank and like, yeah, we're good forever. That'll be good. That ought to work for the rest of the time. I looked in there. It looked like an erector set from the 50s. That's what it looked like in there. Or it reminded me of that board game Mousetrap. Remember Mousetrap? That's what's in there. You hit the lever, a marble comes down, Jolly Green Giant flies over, a flap opens up. I couldn't make sense of it. I'm just staring into the tank, and the worst part is I can see my own dumb face in the reflection in the bottom of the tank. It's staring back at you, and I'm hoping for like a Disney moment, like maybe the water will ripple away, and there's my dad staring back at me like, adjust the float, son, and I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad, and then he ripples away. Yeah, that didn't happen. I had to go on YouTube. That's how I fixed it. I had to go on YouTube I had to watch a video someone else's dad made so I could fix my toilet. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for playing. So yeah, I'm trying to work on my health and trying to work on the mental stuff too. Like I deal with anxiety. I know a lot of people do, but I know a lot about it now. Like I've gone to a lot of therapy and I've learned everything there is to know about anxiety, and it's never been worse. There's a huge lie in the mental health space that says once you learn you have anxiety, you work towards getting better. Maybe for some of you, that's not going on for me at all. I know all aspects of my anxiety. I now know all my triggers, so now I have anxiety before I have anxiety. Instead of just being anxious in the grocery store, I'm now anxious in the parking lot because I know I'm about to be anxious in the grocery store. I'm just in the parking lot taking a shot of pre-anxiety going, here we go. Might make eye contact with the dude over the melons. Don't make it weird. And guess what? I made it weird. It was just a regular dude holding two melons trying to pick one, and we made eye contact for a second, and for some reason I was like... And he was like, what? And I'm like, whoa. And we didn't get groceries that day, all right? That was an Instacart day. I think that should be the commercial for Instacart, by the way. It's just two dudes making eye contact in the produce section. And then, Instacart. We can pick the wrong avocados for you, you know? But yeah, that's who I've always been. I've always been like this anxious person. Like when I'm in line at a coffee shop or something, I have to have my order ready before I make it up to the barista. Some people aren't like that. Some people can just like be in the moment, like they just respawned in a video game and just be like, croissant and a black coffee, you know? And if you can do that, awesome, more power to you. That's not who I am. I have to have my lines ready before I talk to a stranger. And sometimes I'm not. Like sometimes there's someone in front of me and I'm still deciding and they get out of line, now I'm next. I'll just yell out the first thing I see on the menu. That's who I am. I'll just be like, London fog! That's how I found out London fog's not even coffee, all right? It's tea. Like if you yell out London fog in a panic, prepare for some dirty hot water. Because you just got yourself some gross tea, all right? That's who I am, though. Like, when I'm in line at a Starbucks, I'm in my head the whole time, just like bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. And then I make it to the front, and the barista's like, what will it be? And I'm like, can I do a bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich and a sweet cream cold brew? But then if she's like, we're out of all of that, I'll be like, London fog, dude. I'll make the same mistake again rather than looking indecisive in public, dude. I'll dance with the devil I know than the one I don't. And that person who I just described, that's been me my entire life. And I'm cool with that guy. I understand that guy. We're simpatico. But now the problem is I'm aware of my anxiety. So now it's like an out-of-body experience. I now like watch myself be anxious in public and I heckle myself. Well, I'm already uncomfortable. It makes no sense. Why would I be against myself? But now I'm just in line like bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. And it's like, dude, don't nod your head while you say it. You look like a psycho. What the hell's the matter with you? So, bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. What the hell are you doing with your hand? Just hold your hand like a normal person. Bacon, egg, Gouda sandwich, sweet cream cold brew. Thank you for laughing at that one, too. That's... There's two kinds of jokes in comedy, like two kinds of laughs in comedy. There's like a laughing with you and a laughing at you, and that one gets a fair amount of both, you know? And I like that. Some people relate, and some people are like, I can laugh at that. But I have told that joke twice in front of two rooms, big rooms, where they just looked at me and like, sounds like a you problem. I don't know if you've ever had that, where you open your soul to a room full of strangers and had them collectively go, oh. It's a kick in the schnutz, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I've learned too much about anxiety. I don't know, I've learned too much. I think it's a problem. Like, I learned that anxiety can be hereditary. It can be passed down from your parents. Isn't that crazy? And once I learned that, I was like, oh my God, my mother's an anxious woman. And I never realized that growing up. You don't see it growing up. You're like, she's fine, so what? She doesn't make left-hand turns. Who cares? A lot of people don't make left-hand turns. I don't make left-hand turns. That doesn't mean anything's wrong, you know? Until I was in a car with someone that did, and I was like, what the hell are you doing, Evel Knievel? Why are you putting our lives on the line? We're just trying to get to a Wendy's right now. Why don't you calm the hell down? By the way, when I say I don't make left-hand turns, I don't mean at a light without an arrow, like an unprotected left. I'm cool with those. I'll do those all the time. I'm talking about you're coming out of a neighborhood. You have a stop sign. There's 2 lanes going that way, 2 lanes going that way. You're trying to get over there, and everyone's running 50. I'm not doing that, all right? 10 times out of 10, I'm not doing that. I'll pull up, and Google's like, make a left. And I'm like, you make a left, dude. You figure this out. I'm not sitting here for a minute and a half just going, huh. Will you turn the radio down? Our lives are on the line. We're not doing that. We're making a right and taking a U-turn. We'll get to that Wendy's. When we get to that Wendy's, I believe that's why they're open late, you know? That's their whole business plan. But yeah, it was startling to find out. You know, my wife was the first person to ask me about my anxiety. Like, she was the first person to see it, or at least not ignore it. You know how scary that is? For 30 years, I thought the terror was in my heart, and on the outside, I thought I was just the Fonz. That's who I thought. I was just kicking jukeboxes, calling the bathroom my office. Like, that's who I thought I was. My wife was the first person to look me in the eyes and go, are you all right? I was like, well, why would you ask that? She's like, you look uncomfortable. I'm like, I do? Can everyone else see it? And she's like, yeah, probably. That was like a traumatic day. I felt like Sally Fields at the end of Mrs. Doubtfire. Remember that scene in the restaurant where she found out Robin Williams was in fact Mrs. Doubtfire? She's like, this whole time. Remember that second guttural this whole time? That's how I felt. I'm like, oh dear God.